In this episode, we're going to look at how you start to create your brand. Hopefully you've looked at my last video, which was about taking action, and you're at the point now where you know what you want to do and you're ready to start. Now, if you don't have an idea of what you want to do, so you've got to the point where you know it's the right thing to do, you want to start your own business or start your own company, but you're not quite sure what route to go down, that's the first thing we need to look at. So what is your product, or what is your service you're going to provide in your business? So like myself, it's martial arts instruction. So that is my product, that is my service. Now I have to build my brand off of that. It could be you're a plumber, you want to start your own plumbing firm. So then now you know your product that you want to sell to people or to provide to people. Now it's about creating the brand around that product. And it could be anything. Like I say, it could be a cake shop, it could be plumbing, it could be a PT business. Once you know your product, then you can start branding. So once we've decided on our product that we're going to base our company around and start our business on, it's very important that we come up with our branding. That will include our business name. Okay, now when I say it's important, it is important because if you think of brands like Nike, Adidas, Coca-Cola, they are known around the world. As soon as you say Nike, you think of the tick. You think Adidas, you think of either the little clover or the free lines. You think of Coca-Cola, it's the red cans, okay? So branding is super important, but what I don't want you to do is get so hooked up on the brand and your color scheme and everything like that, that you don't get started. It can get quite overwhelming when you're like, oh, I need the perfect name, or what color scheme shall I go for? What shall I do here? And then you overwhelm yourself right at the start, and it takes you months to start because you're just too busy trying to figure out what you should call yourself or what color scheme you should have. So yes, it's important, but it can evolve along the way. So it's important to get it up and running. And ideally, if you can get it right the first time, it's better because you don't have to change down the line. But don't spend so much time dwelling on it that you never get started and you kind of fall at the first hurdle because you just can't decide on a name or anything else. So first thing, like I said there, is company name. So we need to know what to call ourselves because ultimately that's the name you're going to give to your customers. That's the name that's going to be shared. Word of mouth is massive in business. If you provide a good service, then people are going to tell other people. And it's one of the best ways to get repeat business is by providing that good service. People will know your name. And then when that job comes up, let's say you're a plumbing firm, pipe breaks, someone needs a plumber, who do they think of? They think of your name because your name is out there in the local community and you're well known, and you'll be the first port of call for people. So first of all, decide on your name. There's loads of tools out there that can help you. You've got ChatGPT, you've got Google. Literally, you can brainstorm ideas of family members or friends. But what I did when I decided the name for my business, I shortlisted a few. And I went through it with my partner, Elaine, and we picked 5 of our favorites. And then what we did, we looked to see if anyone else had those names. And if they did, it got crossed off the list. So use these tools to create your name. Sometimes it comes easy, sometimes it's a little bit harder. And then shortlist 5 or 10, and then it's very important to check to make sure no one else has got that name because you don't want to get confused with another business or have copyright issues down the line, things like that. So you want to be individual. So try to find a name that's not already there. You can use Companies House for that, and like quick Google searches, social media searches will bring up other companies with those names. So it is relatively simple to find out if someone's already using that name. So once we've got our name sorted, now it's the big one. It's the one that people love, is the logo, their logo, okay? Now again, this is important because like I said earlier, you think of Nike, you think of the tick. So the logo goes along with the name. So it can be very powerful. However, again, you don't want to spend so long trying to figure out what your logo is that you don't actually start your business. And again, the logo can adapt and evolve along the way. My logo I tend to use now is not the same one I started with 5 years ago. It's evolved and got better, and as it's got better, I've changed the logo. It still sticks to the brand and is very similar, but it's just evolved slightly and tweaked to make better. So start with a logo, and then from there it can evolve down the line. So if in a year's time you think, oh, I want to change it, it's not a problem. At least you've got yourself started, okay? You don't want to, ideally you don't want to change it completely, because the idea of building that brand is to be consistent and people recognize your brand. If you're constantly changing your logos and your names, it's going to be very hard to build that brand. So try and, if you are going to change it, just tweak rather than like massively change it across the board. Again, there's plenty of tools out there to help you with that. There are graphic designers you can use to come up with your logo. So if you're not very artistic, use places like Fiverr or other websites where you can go, and there'll be people you can reach out to design these for you. You tell them your ideas, and then they can put those ideas onto paper and create your logo for you. If you're stuck, or if you're not happy using Fiverr, I've tried a few on Fiverr. You get some good ones, you get some bad ones. I now have a graphic designer I use all the time. So if you want help with your logo design or anything like that, please reach out to me and I'm more than happy to help. Now, once we've got our logo, the last little bit in the branding would be your color scheme. Very important that you pick a color scheme, because again, like I said, with someone like Coke, they're known for their red branding. They're known for their red cans. Okay, so the color, we've got our name that can attract business to us or make people think about our business. We've got our logo that can make people think of our business straight away. And we've also got our color scheme. So my color scheme has stayed the same since I started the business. I liked the look of the premium look of a black and a gold. So I tend to use that mostly in all my advertising, in all my Facebook posts, in everything I do for the business, the gym, it's signs and everything. Sticks to that color scheme, because then again it's consistent. So if someone sees a red and gold, a black and gold logo, they're more likely to think, oh, that's Atlas Martial Arts. And the same with our logo. Again, it stays consistent. So when people mention Atlas in our area, they know they're talking about us, and we're starting to get more and more known in the wider community the longer we're in business. So pick your color scheme. And again, it could be one color, it could be multiple colors. Again, the tools out there can help you. Again, you can use ChatGPT for this as well. AI is massive. We'll go into AI later in the videos, but it's huge to start using AI in your business, because it can be a massive help and take a little bit of workload off you. Okay, so put some ideas into ChatGPT. There's other AI tools out there that can do logo branding. Can be a little bit fiddly with the prompts. So that's sometimes when a human's better to talk to, because you can say, oh, just tweak that for me or change that little bit there. And it's a little bit easier, because sometimes a prompt can change the whole thing, and then it ends up looking like something completely different when you only wanted a small change. But the tools are out there, and most of them offer free trials. So use those free trials, try it out, see if you can get what you want. If you can't get it perfect, at least it gives you an idea that you can then send to a designer and tweak it from there. I do that a lot. If I think of a new, let's say I want to design a new kit, or I want to design something new with a slightly different logo or something like that, different color scheme, I will often use AI to generate what I'm thinking, and it'll be close, and then I'll send it to my designer and get him to tweak it exactly how I want it, and then I can put it out to everyone. So that's the episode on branding and creating your brand. So just to recap, first of all, we need a product. You need to figure out what product or service you want to provide, okay? Once you know what you're passionate about and what you want to give to the world, then it's about your company name. You need to know what to call yourself so people know who they're looking for. So once you've decided on your name, it's then about designing your company logo, which is the fun bit. Everyone loves designing their logo. Create your company logo. Once you've done that, it's about your color scheme. And this will normally kind of entwine with your logo, because your logo will tend to have the color scheme in it. So you'll normally do these around the same time. But color scheme is super important, because again, it recognizes your brand and your company by the clothing that we wear. So some of our kit is black and gold. So it just ties into the brand and keeps it all consistent and similar. So people know that when we go to competitions, they'll see our branding. It's all the same color scheme. They know that we're the ones from Atlas representing at the competitions and stuff like that. So when you're out and you're going, if you're a plumber, for example, it could be your t-shirts. It's got your logo on it. It's got your color scheme. So if someone sees you out and about in your van, which has got the same color scheme as your kit, they know that that van belongs to you, so they can ring you up because hopefully you've got your advertising on the van and it can be generate business for you. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully you've watched the Take Action video and you've started to think, yes, this is it, I'm gonna go for it. Now you have an idea of where to go or where to start with your company. And then once you've got through this stage, we can then move on to the next topic, which will be coming in the next video. So like always, if you have any questions or if you think I've missed something and you want me to answer it, I can always bring it up in the next video, or I can answer you back on the comments. So please leave a comment if there is anything you want me to cover or I've missed, or you feel I've missed something, and then I will get back to you as soon as I can. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one.